Hi everyone, it's me again. I went back and I ordered April Scrawlrbox separately to my subscription. I missed out by about a day and I really like the look of the content, so I decided to go back and order it. I think it's a little bit more expensive, maybe £2, but you don't have to subscribe, you can just order them separately. This month did come in a little bit better condition than last time. Nothing was ripped. There was a little bit of a loose lead in there, but it doesn't bother me, I can just sharpen them. This is this month's artist, and as always you do get a little sticker and a print featuring the art. And this month was a lot more my speed, as it did contain a lot more watercolour things compared to May's charcoal disaster. It was packaged a little bit better this month and it did arrive to me in a little bit better condition, so you can see me actually being able to unbox it as it's intended. There's the sticker for April. And April Sweet was a banana toffee, I think. I've never used these Faber Castell markers before. I do use the water-soluble pencils a lot, and I have used Pro markers before, the water-soluble ones, but I've never used this one. That one's in cadmium yellow, and they both come with a double tip, brush end and a bullet tip. And this one's phthalo blue. These are the pencils that I was on about that I use quite frequently, but these ones are some that I've never seen before as well. They're Magnus, which means that they're just basically chunky boys. Just to warn you, if you don't have a double-sided pencil sharpener, such as the one that you get in the May box, then you won't be able to sharpen these. That's just a normal HB pencil from Derwent. And then this is a Pro Art Polar brush in size 6. This is cold press watercolour paper, which is my favourite, and it's quite heavy at 300 GSM. Here you can just see a little time lapse of me sketching on Procreate. It's something I prefer to do if I'm a bit low on time. I just sketch on the iPad and I transfer it, or I print it directly onto my paper. Here's a little iridescent medium which I put into the water, and I'm just going to stir it here for you because it's just so satisfying. The challenge word for this month was Daydreamer. This is my normal set of watercolours, but I'm not going to be using these this month because everything should just come from the box. Apologies if I have cheated a little bit by adding the pigment, but I just thought it would add something a little bit more sparkly. Obviously you don't have to do this, but I just had it lying around, so I just put it straight into the water. I did think the colour choice was quite strange, but I do have to say I did quite enjoy layering the colours to create something different, which is, I'm not much of a mixer, I normally use directly from the pan straight onto the page. Following the code word and the artist for April, I had the print just out of shot where I did look at her artwork quite a lot to gauge what colours she'd used and where she'd used them. I did think it was quite helpful. The markers were really nice. I have to say, even though I'm quite a big fan of Pro markers, I haven't reached for the water-soluble ones for probably a few years now, because they embed ink into the paper and I find it really hard to move once you've added it. But with these it didn't add any weird lines or like heaps of pigment anywhere, and they were really easy to blend out. The brush was quite nice, it had quite a firm point to it. If you're a fan of a more smoother, softer brush, then you might not like this one, but I'm quite a fan of a medium firm brush. You can see here that I've just, on a scrap bit of tracing paper, I've just scribbled out the pencils directly, and I'm using them sort of as a little bit of a paint. Yeah. Obviously you can go directly in with the pencils, but if your page is a little bit damp, sometimes it can drag, which is why I've just scribbled a little bit out so that I can have a bit of a softer finish. I'm just making a few final touches with the pencils and the Durer HB pencil. I think for April the box was worth a little bit more than May's, if I've added up correctly, which is quite a possibility that I haven't. It comes to around £27 for April, whereas it was only worth about £13 in May. Obviously it is going to fluctuate, sometimes you're going to get more than your money's worth and sometimes it's going to be about the same. That's it really, I didn't have as much to say on this video. They're the kind of products that I use regularly anyway, so I didn't struggle as much as the charcoal. The paper was quite nice. The pencil, even though it says HB on it, I do feel like it's more of a 2B. It's quite dark. Everything sharpened nicely. I didn't have any leads falling out like I did last month. The markers probably were my favourite thing from the box. I'm quite encouraged to go and look them up online now. Anyway, this is the finished artwork. Thanks for watching and have a great day.